Little Miss Stubborn by Roger Hargreaves. Little Miss Stubborn was, as you might imagine, extraordinarily stubborn. Once she had made her mind up, there was no unmaking it. If she decided to go out, she went out, even when it was pouring with rain. One Sunday, when it was raining, she decided to take the bus to Mr. Strong's house. Why? Because she had run out of eggs. And everyone knows Mr. Strong always has lots of eggs. On the bus arrived, Mr. Nosy walked by. Being nosy, he couldn't help asking, "Where are you going, little Miss Stubborn?" "To Mr. Strong's house," she said. But this bus doesn't go anywhere near there. But little Miss Stubborn took the bus anyway. And you won't be surprised that it didn't go anywhere near Mr. Strong's house. It went to Cold Land, a country where it is so cold that everybody has a cold year round. "What a charming place," she said, shivering and trying to look if she really had planned on coming to Cold Land in the first place, which of course she hadn't, as you know. She ran along a path to keep warm. "A tissue!" Somebody sneezed all of a sudden. It was Mr. Sneeze. If I were you," he warned, "I wouldn't take a tissue that path. It's icy. A tissue. I'll take it if I want to," snorted little Miss Stubborn. And she followed the path. But she could guess what happened. Whoosh! She slipped on the ice. "That was fun," said little Miss Stubborn. But of course it wasn't. She came to a fork in the path. "I shall go this way," she said, taking the right-hand path. "You are making a big mistake," said a woman, popping his head through the snow. "This way isn't safe." "Don't be silly," cried little Miss Stubborn, starting down the path. She would have listened to the worm. Before she had got very far, an avalanche of snowballs fell on top of her. One of the snowballs rolled down the path and rolled down a very steep hill. And inside it, little Miss Stubborn rolled down a very steep hill as well. The snowball rolled a very long way, all the way to a different country, where it melted. As long as we would have it, little Miss Stubborn found herself outside Mr. Strong's front door. She was soaked to the skin. "My goodness, you're wet, though," said little Mr. Strong. "Quick, come in and dry yourself before you catch a cold." "I don't have colds," said little Miss Stubborn. "Anyway, I've come for some eggs. Out of my way." "That's no way to behave," said Mr. Strong. "Rubbish," snorted little Miss Stubborn. Still wet, though, she marched to Mr. Strong's kitchen. Without a please or thank you, she helped herself to a large bowl of eggs. "You could at least ask," said Mr. Strong. "A tissue!" sneezed little Miss Stubborn. "I told you you'd catch a cold," said Mr. Strong. "I don't have colds," said little Miss Stubborn, and sneezed again. "A tissue!" She was so hungry by this time that there and then she made herself a huge omelet. It was gigantic. It was so big that it won't even fit on the page. Then she began to eat her enormous, gigantic omelet, and the more she ate, the more worried Mr. Strong became. "You made herself ill." "You made herself ill," he said. "Fiddlesticks," snorted little Miss Stubborn, because she was who she was. She finished that enormous, gigantic omelet. And there is not much more to add, other than now you know how extraordinarily stubborn little Miss Stubborn is. Stubborn to the very end of this story. No boy, that's Barfoo Pit's cat. That Mr. Stubborn is not good for me. I would prefer that Mr. Stubborn better than that little Miss Stubborn. She's not my favorite. Well, how about someone summon people? These commercials. How am I gonna explode the lamb? This looks like a lamb. Got to be super cheap now. You know what? This commercial is cheap. Think it's some egads. I like a pizza. Never dip my Oh my, what? M-I-K-E, Mike. What is just happening? Here. Well, my hair. My hair is cheap. You fuck.